Well, hello everyone. This is Araya McGarry coming to you live from Get Celebritized. This podcast and television show has been created for you to help you all who are listening and watching learn how to earn more so you can live more so you can give back more. And I bring on amazing guests like the gentleman and the fur friend we have coming up who will show you ways that they give back to the world, what they're doing to make our communities a better place. You know me, I love to bring on nonprofits whenever I can because they have such special stories and stories of hope to share with you. And of course, anytime you can meet a new nonprofit or somebody giving back to nonprofits, I want to make that introduction. So without any further ado, my special guest today is none other than Josh Saadi and his fabulous therapy dog Polo. Let's bring them on up. Here they come. Woohoo! Yay! Oh, if you are listening to this podcast, you've got to go to the YouTube channels and see Polo in person. He's always dressed for the occasion, and here he is. Joshua and Polo, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you so much for having me. Thank you for that fabulous introduction. Polo, do you have any words for Araya? He's loving it.
He's so beautiful. First question others may not know. What kind of dog is Polo?
So Polo is a French Bulldog. He's a little oversized, so he's about 38 pounds.
Aw, he's happy.
If you're wondering, yes, he was eating my food and his own food. That's how he got so big.
Well, he's a wonderful therapy dog, and we're going to talk about the things you all do together, how you met, and how you started this, because both of you are giving back in such a big way. So excited to be meeting you this week on Thursday, but it's going to be December 15th here in the Toccoa, Georgia area. We'll talk about that and how people can get in touch with you and have you and Polo come out to maybe their charity events and their fundraising, because we're going to backtrack and talk about your story. But before we let Polo sit down, so you probably can't hold him the whole time, first tell everybody, what is the difference between Polo being a therapy dog versus people seeing a service dog?
Well, great question. People can easily get confused on that one. So therapy dogs are trained to go inside hospitals and behave, right? So they go into children's sections of hospitals, oncology units, libraries to let the children read for them, right? So they can be calm. Overall, they definitely bring the blood pressure low. So that's very rewarding for the people that we see. Service dogs have a specific task, and that's for an individual that has a disability. So totally different. And they go through a specific training just for that handler and only that handler.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting you said that too. A service dog has a task to do. Therapy dog is there for that comfort and all sorts of different variety of reasons to comfort and bring therapy and pleasure and smiles to people's faces. But a service dog has a task, has more of a job to do specifically, and like you said, for specific handler. Do they ever change handlers, or is it for life?
I did hear that they change handlers, but specifically it's mostly there for that individual.
Okay, cool.
And sometimes people get mistreated by saying they have a service dog because they look at them and say, well, you're not disabled, so how come you have a service? So some disabilities are invisible, right?
No, a lot of them are. Yes, people aren't supposed to ask. That's like a HIPAA thing. If you have because I know with therapy dogs, the service dogs, it's on that card that nobody's allowed to ask what it's for. You can ask if the dog is service or therapy and what task it does, or no, you can ask if it does a task and you can say yes, but they can't ask you what. So really interesting. But my heart belongs to these therapy dogs because y'all do such amazing work in so many different ways.
Yeah, it's definitely super rewarding. Walking into hospital rooms and seeing joy and excitement into children's faces, along with sometimes we go into the senior awards and see them as well. And that's what fuels our fire, is really seeing smiles and brightening up people's days.
I love it. I'm a huge dog lover, animal lover. There isn't anything in the animal kingdom I don't absolutely love. But dogs especially, because I really believe dog is God spelled backwards for a reason, because there's no other animal that God created that does everything for the human race that a dog does. From being your best friend, from being a service dog, from being a therapy dog, being able to sniff out people dead or alive, being able to be in the Navy, be in the police department. I mean, a dog, when you think about it, can do so many variety of things that, although I love cats, I have 2 cats, the cats just don't do it, you know? So dogs are very special to me, as well as I love all animals, like I said, but dogs are very special creature and best friend to mankind in so many ways. And I love therapy dogs, Josh, because I've done a lot of stories on nonprofits where therapy dogs have been the first ones on the scene to many of the shootings, to many of the bombings. And I always hear about the therapy dogs being there. And tell me a little bit about how you got started to do this. Because I know just having a dog near you, petting a dog, is when people have no words after tragedy to say, you know, how do you help, you know, parents that come to the school and their children have just been assassinated by a crazy person. A dog coming in and just giving hugs and allowing others to pet does so much good. So talk to me about what you were doing and how it all got started, because I love Polo Spreads Love. Is absolutely amazing. I'll put your website up right now.
Yeah, for sure. So should we start on how I got started and the why of?
Yes, tell us what you do and then tell us how you got started.
So Polo and I, we created a movement called Polo Spreads Love, and our message is spread love. So sort of says, what do? We spread the love to the communities that need the most assistance and help that we could find. Recently, we just dropped off a check for $28,000 to the American Cancer Society.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know when they're going to be watching this, but by the time hopefully they watch this, we're going to be in Mexico, providing up to 400 brand new pairs of sneakers to the less fortunate children in Playa del Carmen and Puerto Morales. So that's a little bit of what we do. Obviously, we sell our clothing to help us do more.
I have to say, your logo, if anybody's watching this and not listening on podcast, your logo is absolutely beautiful, vibrant colors. You have a whole line of hats and t-shirts, spread love. I mean, even if I didn't support the cause, which of course I do, just your logo alone, people just want to wear. It's beautiful, rainbow colors and gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. How did you get that made?
And those,
Wait, do that again. Your hat. Look, I didn't know that. Turn your hat upside down. Underneath the hat, I've never seen that. Underneath the lip of his baseball hat is a beautiful rainbow, glorious heart spreading love. I love that, Josh.
Yeah,
That's
thank you so
beautiful.
much. I don't take the credit as the one that designed it. I will take the credit as the one that approved and plugged in this amazing artist named Jason Naylor. He's a muralist that's world renowned. I was walking in New York City a year and a half ago, and I seen these murals on walls, right? Just graffiti walls, and I'm like, wow, super colorful, powerful messaging. And I said to myself, this is an artist that I need to work with, because our messaging is very similar.
So you saw his work on the walls in New York City?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, he's work.
Speaking my language, I love that.
His wall is like he has a digital wall right now with Sephora and Broadway. It just keeps rotating.
Really?
And yeah, he's designed for Sephora. He's designed for Psycho Bunny.
All right. So wait a second, Josh. My listeners are going to want to know this. This is crucial and key, and I love this because people want to know how to connect these dots. You're looking up in Times Square. You're seeing this beautiful artwork, and it's on the billboard like it's Sephora. How do you make that connection? Say, I want that talent, and then get that talent. Walk us through that for a moment, because I think that's a really important element of your story and what other people can aspire to achieve in their life when they see something that they'd love to have or connect with. How did you make that connection?
Well, I always say, if you don't try, you don't succeed in life, and you have to at least ask the question. He might be a world-renowned artist, but if you don't ask, how do I work with you? Then you'll in your mind think that you'll never be able to work with him.
Exactly.
So I looked him up. I saw his artwork and his name on his walls in New York. So his name is Jason Naylor. Simply, I started following him, and I gained the courage within myself to say, hey, what does it take, Jason, for us to work together? This is my mission. This is my movement. This is what we've done. This is the organizations that we've helped. This is how much we've donated up to now. Is it possible that we work together? And he answered within a couple of days and said, yeah, sure, let's jump on a Zoom call. We jumped on a Zoom call. kind of gave him direction on what I like, what I don't like, which is with him, you don't say what you don't like because I loved everything. So,
Wow.
and yeah, he just said simply like, give me a month, and it just turned out to be an amazing piece of art that I will never ever forget. And this is like the first time we've ever worked with an artist of his caliber. And to the day, everybody still stops me and says, "Is that
Uh,
Jason Naylor's work on your shirt?" So it's super unique, super cool.
It really
Um,
is. God
and
bless
to
him. I mean,
to
such a
the to
talent.
the the listeners, I would say just try to make the connections, because you don't know where how far you can go with the willpower you have and the story you have to connect with the specific person that you want to work with.
It goes back to you have not because you ask not. And the power of social media now is truly, there for all to take advantage of. You're doing good causes, you're doing good things. Why not? Because everybody that you're admiring, everybody, even from celebrities to owners of businesses, they're all people at the end of the day. So
Yeah.
why not you reaching out? You never know the connection they may be looking for. And with the nonprofits I work with, you never know of those people that are looking for a new cause to support, or that cancer might be, something special to them, or animal rescue could be special to them. You just don't know until you ask. And social media has made everyone accessible in one way or the other. And especially if you do it in a nice way like you did, Joshua. So really great job on that. And Jason Naylor, I'm going to be looking you up just to give you support for supporting Joshua and Polo. Great job. It is, I mean, really, you all have to see this. Polo Spreads Love. Go on the website. I'm putting it up now. PoloSpreadsLove.com. Is it .com or .org?
.com, yeah.
That's what I
I
thought.
don't.
.com, because your
I
artwork's beautiful. They've got to go see it.
I just ran into Jason a couple of days ago. He was doing something for Verizon Wireless, and I went to the store, and he did my phone case, which was super
I
cool.
love it. Oh, you've got an original Jason Naylor phone case. It's beautiful. It's hearts and
Handmade spray
pink.
paint, yeah, super cool.
Did he just do that? He just drew it freehand on your phone
Yeah,
case?
yeah, with spray paint, yeah, definitely.
Oh my gosh. All right, we need to make the connection. I love art. I love drawing. I love everything to do with art and creativity. I think that's fabulous. All right. Well, with that, tell us now, how did this all get started? You do amazing work. You raise so much money for charities. I know you support Real Men Wear Pink. You go to all sorts of hurricane relief. You're all over the world now. But tell us, how did this get started?
Oh, you ever believe in something that you think happened by accident on purpose?
Absolutely.
So something happened by accident on purpose. I'll give you guys a quick backstory of the pink suit that Polo famously wears. So before I could get into that, I would tell you Polo changed my life. He saved my life in a way that I could say a dog and a human connection. It was a man's best friend for me. He got me out of a dark place in my life in 2013, and spending time with Polo really got me feeling good and feeling great, and living in the moment, because I think a lot of people with mental health issues, they get stuck in their head, and you create problems that are not there. So Polo
How'd you
really
meet
like.
him?
I actually we found him on the internet. A friend of mine found him on the internet. We purchased him from Texas. He came on an airplane, and
Oh,
right from the cargo unit, ran right in my arms, and
love ever
spent
since.
ever since. So back in 2013, I started an Instagram page for him. He's was a famous New Yorker dog that everybody wants to just play with, and I'm like, he needs an Instagram because everybody stops me.
Yeah, of
Uh,
course. It's a
so
beautiful
long,
blue color, isn't he? He's like a blue
yeah,
gray. It's just
yeah,
stunning.
yeah, yeah. And long story short, I ran into a kid store that sells kid suits, and I said to myself, Polo in a suit would look super cool and super unique, and I've never seen a dog wearing a suit before. So I go in there, I buy two suits for him, a white one and a black one.
Love
My
it.
father was waiting in the front because there's no parking, and Polo was in the car as well. And I go back outside, it doesn't fit him. So I wipe it off. I said, all right, this is not gonna fit. So I go back inside. I said, ma'am, it doesn't fit my son.
Oh no.
Anything bigger.
He's got the muscles, Polo. He's
Oh,
got that little bodybuilder look.
Jesse's got like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Forget about it. So I run upstairs because she said the youth sizes are bigger. Go upstairs, and I see this nice pink blazer with a suit pocket. Has the pocket for the napkin
Uh-huh.
and everything. I was like, oh my god, this would look good on Polo because he's dark. So I go back downstairs and it fits him, but it's too big. So
Obviously, you need some tailoring for it to fit the dog.
after being tailor made, I go to I'm in Manhattan October 1st, and I'm a New Yorker, so I always look at the Empire State Building, and it's bright pink. And I said, "Wow, Polo with the pink suit in front of this beautiful building would be an
Mm,
awesome picture for social media." So
cancer awareness, absolutely.
I go pick up the suit because Polo was already with me. I go take a picture right in front of the Empire State Building in Queens. I was in Queens, so you see the backdrop. And then I Googled and was like, why is the Empire State Building pink today? Because it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So
Mhm.
instantly it hit me and I said, Aria, like a dog in a pink suit in the whole month of October should be raising awareness, not just a New York City dog. So if Polo is the mayor of New York, which I proclaimed he was, Polo for mayor, he's got to be
Well,
raising awareness.
president,
And
I'll vote for him.
he's got to be omnipresent. He's got to go to all these things. He's got to show his support. And to the viewers and listeners, I knew nothing about it, really. I never did
Okay.
it. I never did a day of charity work in my life. I never donated to causes, but something hit me and I said, this is what I want to do this month.
Oh, here you are.
No, not even like that. Now I'm at this American Cancer Society breast cancer walk, October 15, 2013. Polo's in his pink suit. I had a friend of mine. Her name was Coco. I do have a friend of mine. Her name was Coco. She was with me. She's over there handing out cards to follow Polo because he's in his pink suit. Follow Polo on his Instagram page. And when I walk into that park, I've never seen a dog get so much love that I saw that day. Groups on groups, people, survivors, everybody just gravitating towards him. So you kind of say to yourself, "Whoa, this is something special." He has the it, as I
The it
call it.
factor.
Yeah, and I said, I'm gonna walk in reverse because I don't want to walk in the circle with everybody else. I want more people to see us and see him. So I walk from the finish line to the starting point,
Now,
and
there's a new twist. I like that. Why be normal? Just go the opposite direction. I
I
love
used
it.
to break a lot of rules. What can I say? So I go the opposite way.
Very
And
easy noticed.
20 minutes later, we're 15, 20 feet away from a survivor, and she has her stash on with her family behind her. And you believe in magnetic energy when eyes lock each other, like something just pulls them together. So that's
Yeah.
what happened. She's getting low, calling Polo over. Polo's like pulling the leash, and I already was comfortable letting go of the leash because he was going into so many groups. I let go of the leash, and he ran right in her arms. And when you see like just her holding him and he's licking her face and they're having a big moment and all of a sudden tears coming out of her eyes and the family members are getting tears in their eyes and I'm starting to like wipe my eyes away. I'm like, whoa, what is this feeling? And I could honestly say that was the moment my life changed and that was the feeling I felt that I've never felt before. And you know, like I already warmed you guys up to say I was going through a lot in my life before that day. So you look at it and you say, this woman here and her family have been through so much. What I've been through and what they've been through is not comparable. So you wake up a little bit and you say, I don't have it as bad. And now when you have this power of love take over your life, unconditional love, when you're spreading it to others with no expectation in return, and there's nothing monetary that you just gave to this family and this woman, you really spark something inside of you to say, this is free. Kindness is free. I could keep doing this.
Look at that. I love that. Kindness is free. And it
And
feels good. And I love what you said. You've never done this before. Now, all of a sudden, your life is turned upside down in a great way. You're utilizing all your wonderful way that you live, like going outside the box, different direction, no rules, breaking boundaries. I think you've only just begun all the work that you're going to do and all the impact you're going to make. And now, now once you're in this world of philanthropy and helping and you feel those feels, you'll never be the same. It's like stretching out a rubber band, never goes back to the same size ever again. Once it's stretched, it is stretched, and you've been stretched. And just by watching you and hearing you, I feel like you're so in your element. Like this is what you were meant to do, be of good service to the world and putting smiles on people's faces. It may look different in decades to come, but you're never going to stop. You're just lit up. If anybody can see you, I hope they're watching and not just listening to the podcast. You're just in your element. There's sparkles in your eyes and a spark in your smile. And it's so cool how once Polo came into your life, how all this started to snowball. So with all that happening, what advice do you give people that are saying, or they're trying to find themselves? Maybe they're in where you were, that darker place, and they're not sure how to get out of it. And this kind of fell into your lap and you went with it. What advice would you give somebody who's saying, oh, I want something like this to happen to me? What would you say?
Well, first, I think emotion creates emotion. So sitting in your house definitely is not going to help, right? I mean, that's the first starting point. I could tell you the next step, but I want to tell you the first step, and really feel yourself and really become one with what you feel, and stretch out, do some working out, and then do something that you really truly like to do. And don't ask people for approval of, is this the right thing to do? Because I was a one-man show, I still am, sort of say, but I had no support. And to the
Mm.
viewers and listeners, what changed my life was doing things for other people rather than myself. Because we can all sit here and say, I need the help. Josh, why do you mean go help somebody else? Well, when you help the right people and not the wrong people, and you volunteer, you're actually helping somebody light up their life. And in turn, you are seeing that and you're lighting up your own life. And then you walk differently, you feel differently. And then all of a sudden, you're starting to become the change that you want to see within yourself.
You're speaking
And
the truth, Joshua. You're speaking the truth. We always say if you're feeling bad, go do for somebody else, especially for somebody who has no way of ever paying you back. It's that total give back, expecting nothing in return. But you hit the nail on the head. Get out of your house, go do something, whether you love children or animals or you're passionate about cancer, domestic violence, pick a cause, go donate. There's no shortage on people that need elbow grease, and whether it's just at the ASPCA or whether it's your children's, fundraiser, a place for domestic violence survivors, anything, pick one. And I think like what happened to you, Josh, the cause finds us. If we get out there and do what we think, well, I'm passionate about animals or I'm passionate about children, go out, find a nonprofit. There's one in everybody's neighborhood, anywhere you can find one, and just start and then let it happen like it did for you.
Yeah, I think the
Great
most
advice.
important thing
Great advice.
is to volunteer, because we could all sit and say donate monetary goods and monetary, but you're not going to feel the feeling of what I'm trying to tell you. And I rather you do it that way, because that's when you start from the ground up.
Yeah.
And look, and I want to let the viewers know, like, I started from the ground up at a breast cancer walk with Polo, not a, because it's the, right? It's the
Mhm.
breast cancer walk with the American Cancer Society. And I don't know if the people are going to believe me, but we became partners with them, and we sold our clothing. We sell our clothing at their walks. And that all happened through step by step by step by
Showing up.
step, showing up and volunteering and helping. So I got a door that's now at 8 walks in New York City and New Jersey, because I started at that walk and I kept spreading love and I kept helping people and I kept telling myself, whoever it may be, that's my mantra and that's my energy, that I want to spread love to you, but you don't owe me nothing. And you keep that mantra going, and then things keep following you and
Yeah,
doors.
and you Yeah, and you show up to go up. And when you saw something that you needed, that goes back to, Jason Naylor, when you found something you needed, oh, that's beautiful work. I need a logo. And you reached out. So listeners of yours, you might be thinking, oh, there's somebody I want to reach out to. There's an influence I'd love to partner with. There's your next step. If you may know it, reach out. Because again, you have nothing to lose. Fail forward to success. You have not because you ask not. It's a no unless you ask. I mean, all the normal cliches we always hear is so true. So, Joshua, what's next? What are you up to now? And what goes into the future? You've established this, got this beautiful clothing line. You help charities. You're at
Yeah.
everything from walks to hurricane disaster relief to you're going to be working with Love Him, Love Them, and the children of Haiti, and giving Christmas presents and joy to the incarcerated here in Georgia. Can't wait to meet you this Thursday at that event for sure. So tell me what's next. What's your biggest goals and dreams for 2023 as we end
I,
2022?
I want to bring more love to the world. I want to really have more influencers on my side of the field rather than reach out to influencers. I want to create love influencers, give them my knowledge and say, hey, this is what works for us. And I know this is what's going to work for you. So I want to create a program where I have influencers in different parts of the world doing exactly what we're doing. Because my knowledge and what I do for the world, now, if you create more lights inside of individuals to feel what I feel and do what we're doing, but do it collectively, I truly feel the world is going to be a much bigger place, a much brighter place, and that we live with more love. And if it happened for me with one act of kindness, imagine if we can instill it into so many more individuals and how many more people can feel it and how much love, the waves that we create, how much more can
Mhm.
we do as a collective. So yeah, you said everything that I've done, right? But I don't try not to look backwards and say I've done all this. It's great to say
There you
it
go.
for that don't know me, but like you said, this is my life. So I always like to help people and I just want to influence more people and I want them to really be a part of what we do as a team and as a collective because we don't talk the talk, we walk the talk. We walk it and then we talk.
Yeah.
We don't really say I don't really say I'm gonna do this and don't do it. I don't even say I do things and I just do it with no cameras or nothing. Like there's so much that you've seen online that I haven't done in person. I don't talk
Yeah.
about everything I do. I don't post everything that I've done. But this is my life and I'm always
Yeah,
a
I love that, Joshua. And so, as you go forward into 2023, what is like your twofold question? Okay, what it's going to be, what's on your books, like your biggest or your event you're most excited about, and two, how can people get involved? You're starting this movement, so how can we best support you? Because I know that everybody that watches and listens to this particular episode, they're going to want to get involved and support you. You've got beautiful polos. I have so many animal lovers that are in my community because I am an animal lover, and I get
yeah,
so many philanthropists because philanthropy is I want to help as many nonprofits before my last breath as I possibly can. So you have a captivated audience, Josh. What can we do to support you? How can they get involved? And what is the one event, the one thing you're most excited about going into 2023?
oof. I mean, we start off the year 2023 in Mexico. Bringing
Do
400
we want?
pairs of brand new sneakers to the less fortunate children in the two regions that I mentioned before, Playa del
Right.
Carmen and Puerto Morales. I think
And
starting the year with
can we donate to that, Joshua? Is there a place to go to your?
yeah,
Let's talk
yeah,
about how they can donate.
they can donate. We're gonna have a GoFundMe link live,
Okay.
so I hope by the time they post this, we'll
Okay.
have a link and donate to. That will
We'll make
help us
sure.
bring us more items. We could bring food there as well. I mean, we could provide food as well for them. We're going to bring T-shirts and hats for all the children to wear a positive message as well.
Okay.
Um, that's a great way to start. And we definitely need as much funds as we can. So, guys, if you are into philanthropy and you love what I've been saying recently, we do have a donation link on our website, and Araya is going to post it. So, help us out that way. I think by the end of January, we're going to have our influencer program ready to go where they could subscribe and be a part of our team. And we
What's an
could
influencer program? What is the vision for the influencer program? Because there's so many people want to be influencers and help in a bigger way. So talk to us a little bit about that.
So creating more opportunities for people in their cities to volunteer in what we're doing. I say, like, if we're gonna do something for, how do I say it? If we're gonna do something for homeless shelters, right, locally for New York, well, if you're part of the program, we want you to do it in your own city and be the head of that pact, right? So
Nice. Okay.
yeah,
An
and
outreach program for sure. But
instead
I
of it
get
just
tips on polo coming to Atlanta.
yeah, I mean, and then let's say we want to make a dream happen for a child that has
Oh, make a
cancer.
wish.
You know, we all come together and we raise funds together and we make the dream happen for that individual child. You know, so things like that where we all
So
come together.
teamwork makes the dream work.
I love it. Yeah, I think
Okay.
that's what's been missing a part of Spread Love. It's always been Polo and I, and now I want to bring in the community to be really one with us rather than just to be part of the clothing, experience what we experience,
Yes.
you know? And I
Well,
think
you'll
that's changed a lot for us.
You'll do well when you incorporate because though it's an old saying, but it's so true. People support that which they help to create. So you get people in here creating, helping, being part of it. You will grow so much faster and help so many more so much faster as well. And that's what the big ones have done. The American Cancer Society, the Leukemia Society, the ASPCA, all the ones that are big and global now. The World Wildlife Federation, just all of them. It's because they got enthusiastic people to build their brand and share their mission, and you'll get such great support because you got such great support. And I can see other dogs. I can see Polo being an inspiration to other people who have dogs. So many people have great temperamented dogs. Some are meant for therapy, some aren't. Some are a little more crazy. I've got 4 now. Some I could take out, some no, not so much. But keep getting more dogs so you get the ones that are nice and calm and enjoy it, because it's so important. I used to tell my community, even if you don't have a lot of money, but you want to give back and feel good, if you have a guinea pig or a rabbit or a puppy, a dog, and you take it to nursing homes, it is a
Right,
proven fact that people that pet animals, they live longer. I mean, it just is that de-stressing. So you don't have to have a horse or therapy ranch. You could simply have, like I said, a rabbit and bring it to a nursing home. You'd be surprised the eyes that light up when they see any type of pet come into a nursing home.
right.
So keep going on this. We're going to help you build your community. Got great
Yeah.
things coming up. Mexico's coming up. Else
Oh
is
yeah.
coming up. What
We're talking
else?
we're talking to the American Cancer Society about doing national um, breast cancer walks all over the country.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
they also invited me to be a part of the board, which hopefully that can happen, but that's a personal thing. But that helps the mission as well.
Absolutely,
Uh,
absolutely. Well, come to Atlanta anytime. And anybody listening or watching, if you want to come to your city, you want to talk about being an influencer in your city, get to know him, polospreadslove.com. You've got to see his logo. You've got to see his work. Let's bring Polo up one more time. And let's talk about some of the favorite things that Polo has. I know he's got some hobbies and some interests. So let's talk as we round up this conversation. He's so cute. He's in his little pink hoodie. Could not be any cuter. If you can't see him, he's kind of gray merle, bluish color, big smile on his face, French Bulldog. And you got to watch out for the French Bulldog because they are the most coveted dog. That is the highest rate of theft now. So don't let them out of your eyes because people are crazy these days. So that's your precious little baby. Make sure he's got his tracker and everything on. So tell us a little about his hobbies and interests and how much he loves to be part of this wonderful movement, spreading love.
oh yeah, I mean, well, spreading love has it, like you said, petting him. He loves to be belly rubbed. He
I'm coming on Thursday.
actually, if he doesn't get attention, he starts to bark at me and say, "Hey, pet me." So he
He's
loves his walks. He loves basketballs and balloons. He loves to pop balloons. That's his favorite.
Oh, that's fun. My dogs hate that. It scares them. So that's great.
He
Pink
loves
balloons for Polo.
balloons.
Got it.
He loves his walks. He definitely loves women. So he's a ladies' man for sure.
Oh, we're in good shape. You should put the Spread Love logo on balloons for all of your events now.
Oh
Branded on
yeah,
balloons, and he can go around. He can pop them.
definitely,
If he loves
definitely.
balloons, we'll get him some balloons with your logo on it.
Oh yeah, I like that idea. What do you think? You're gonna pop all the balloons? He does bark at them first though. So he barks and then he pops and then he feels better.
That's perfect. Well, he's so precious. I can't wait to meet him. We're going to be at the Love Him, Love Them event this Thursday in Toccoa, Georgia with Linda Gunter. But this is to help give Christmas presents to the children whose parents are incarcerated. You're coming all the way from New York City to come down here in the Atlanta area to be part of that. He's so cute. He's got your hat on. I can't wait to meet you. I know there's going to be a live nativity scene there. Polo's going to have a great time. Does Polo like other animals? Because there's going to be camels and all sorts of things there. Does he get along with other furry friends?
He gets along with other furry friends for sure. Sometimes
Is he your only pet?
he is my only pet. Yeah.
He's not really a pet. He's a family member, but
Yeah, we need a Polo son soon. We need a legacy to live on for sure.
you
So
do. You do.
we need,
On that note, what do you hope and I ask this to all my guests because legacy is a big thing in my life because I have my Live Your Legacy Summits. My television show that won all the awards was called Live Your Legacy TV, about living your legacy on purpose and not waiting until you're dead to hopefully somebody remembers you somehow, some way. It's living it on purpose. So I'm going to ask you this question as we close up. What do you hope and what are you working on for your legacy to be when your last day comes? How do you want people to remember you? And of course, Precious Polo and your entire movement, because you're just beginning. You've got decades and decades in front of you. But how do you want it to be remembered when the day is done?
Yeah, very, very strong, powerful question. A man and his dog that changed the world.
Yes. Yes, a man and his dog can change the world. And he means human too, because us ladies, teenagers, kids, old and young, you have a dog. Dogs, I really believe, have a special gift for us. And take them out, get them into that therapy, let people enjoy them, spreading love, spreading smiles. And what's another thing that brings you smiles and joy, Joshua, besides what you're doing? What else brings you joy?
I love sports. I like basketball. I like to watch basketball games. Unfortunately, Unfortunately, my home team, the New York Knicks, aren't the greatest, but we still.
I have to make a connection. My stepdad works up there at the 92nd Street Y, and he's gotten into pickleball. And he's up there and he's teaching pickleball. I've got to make that connect. You guys have to meet. He would love to meet you and meet Polo. We're big dog fans, and he's right up there on the Upper East Side.
And yeah, block is not too far from me.
Awesome. Make those connections. All right. If you could want everybody to follow polospreadslove.com. In closing, what's your last words? If people are saying, I want to get in touch, I want to do something, what do you encourage them to do right now, today, as they might be sitting there, maybe having a bad day, and you and Polo come along and say what?
Keep your head up and believe in yourself and be yourself. I think that would definitely help them out. Keep your head up, be yourself, put a big smile on your face, and you have the power to change your day. You are your best friend and you are your worst enemy. So it starts within yourself. And that's really, really what I believe,
Joshua, I love what you've done. In a recap, you got up, you showed up, like you told everybody, get up, get out, show up, go do something you love, go volunteer, let the smiles come for other people. It will start spreading inside you, even on your darkest day. So it's not all about what the pain we're going through, because everybody's going through something. Get out there, make somebody else's day better and brighter. You never know what'll happen, but we can guarantee good stuff will happen. And then I keep looking at your logo behind you, Joshua, and I just see you looking up, because I'm from New York City, born and raised, and I'm thinking, visualizing Times Square in my mind and looking up at these billboards, ever thinking, oh, let me connect with that artist over there. Maybe there'll be a partnership. I mean, who does that? But this day and age, we do that. Social media. Reach out to somebody that you're thinking you'd love to collab with. You just love their work. Give them a compliment. Tell them you see them, you love them, because you never know. Here's Joshua. That's the most beautiful logo I have ever seen, bar none. I look at it and it just brings me joy and happiness. I want my whole wardrobe to have your logo on it. That's how beautiful it is. And every brand would want their logo to be so beautiful, so engaging, so sparking emotion that everybody wants to wear it. Oh, yeah. My dad always says he doesn't want to wear other people's logo because they're not paying him to wear it. But this one is one of those. I would wear it all day long anyway, because it's just stunning with the oranges and pinks and purples and beautiful.
Everything. Yeah. I mean, guys, to just touch up on what you said, listen, a lot of people their email right on there. They want you to reach out to
They
them.
want you to.
They want you to. So make a heartfelt message. Tell them what you're all about, and really don't do a copy and paste. Like really,
Oh God, no. Yeah, I like that. Good. Good.
alter the email. Really like look into how you guys can
Heartfelt.
have that connection. Yeah, I mean, just copying and pasting like all these companies do and people do it, and see who bites first. It's the wrong approach. I think
Be selective.
be
Yeah,
selective.
you literally saw that artist and you went, wow, and like, hey,
Reach out to an artist, but make sure you're giving them the reason why you're reaching out with them specifically, and how you feel like you guys can work together, and what that vision is. And I
I
think
love that. That goes with any connection, Joshua. Good advice, great advice to make that heartfelt connection. No copy and paste, and reach out to people because you never know until you try, and it's always a no unless you ask. So Joshua and Polo, thank you so much for being on Get Celebritized. I cannot wait to meet you and give Polo a belly rub and some balloons and do good things for kids whose parents are incarcerated, and these kids are still going to have a Christmas because of people like you and Polo and Linda Gunter, and it's only just begun for all of you, and you have my full support forever and ever. So I hope everybody's enjoyed meeting you. PoloSpreadsLove.com. Check them out. Check them out for the philanthropy, the logo, the clothing line, and maybe to come to one of your charity fundraisers along the way. Follow them. You will not be sorry. Joshua, thank you so much. Have a great rest of your day, and I will see you soon. Bye for now. PoloSpreadsLove.com. Go out there and earn more, live more, so you too can give back more. See you soon. Bye, everyone.